All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Green Mountain State, our small village of Putney, and our outstanding Greenwood School. We are, as always, thrilled to share this graduation weekend with all those gathered, excuse me, including our families, friends, I'm so sorry, faculty and staff, and students. This afternoon marks the official start of our celebratory weekend. And in a blink of the eye, our 2023-24 academic year will be complete. Your cars will be packed, dual water. Your cars will be packed with your son's belongings, and you will be heading in multiple directions. Ultimate destination home, with perhaps a stop at Scoops for the last Vermont ice cream cone of the season. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you today as we recognize and celebrate our middle school, 9th, 10th, and 11th grade students, first by presenting our book awards and then honoring named recipients of major awards. Our senior book awards and other senior awards will be given on Saturday morning during our commencement ceremony. In addition to awarding our graduating 8th graders their certificate of completion and our seniors their diplomas. The next 24 hours will be filled with rousing applause, heartfelt admiration, deep emotion, warm humor, and shared moments of brilliance as we recap the 2023-24 school year. Today and tomorrow, our community's small and intimate nature means that any faculty member could craft a speech to accompany the book award presentations. However, as you will witness, each book presented today and tomorrow is done so by a faculty member who truly knows this individual, truly knows your child. They have written personal thoughts, or shared a quick story about their award recipient. Books are chosen with that student's style, interest, and passion in mind. Following the presentation of the books, we will turn our focus to acknowledging our middle and high school students who, by their commitment, presence, and selflessness, have gone above and beyond as community members, academic superstars, athletic contributors, admissions ambassadors, and leaders among their peers. While these awards recognize a small number of students, there is no question that each of you navigating the Greenwood experience has done so with great tenacity, focus, and heart. You are all outstanding individuals. And you have proven to your advisors and your teachers, your dorm parents, afternoon and weekend coordinators, and extended family members that your learning challenge, those areas of academic mountain peaks you are being asked to climb and navigate each day, were always reachable. Not only reachable, but achievable. At the center of your climb, students, was your will and determination. During this past Wednesday's Spring Award Luncheon, the faculty took the opportunity to recognize students for their achievements over the last 8 weeks. When we consider the year, there are so many significant moments that mark individual and team success. A junior-senior trip to Hurricane Island in September, focusing on teamwork, leadership, and personal discovery. Victory during mountain bike races in the fall and learning to ski and snowboard during the winter. The art of learning to play the guitar and dedicate hours and hours of practice. Spending language and literacy and ELA classes in the late fall and early winter preparing for the Gettysburg event and then executing your speech on stage. Perfecting the best fail-safe packaging for the elusive egg drop experiment. Mastering new skills in the recently redesigned STEAM lab, and stepping towards new and challenging academic courses. You have created lasting friendships through cooperation and shared experiences and learning about living among individuals in a supportive and thoughtful environment. This spring, our 6 seniors worked on and presented their senior roundtables, now a tradition and trademark of their senior spring. The roundtables call on our seniors to reflect on their Greenwood journey and identify how they have grown and been supported by their family, faculty, and friends during their student years. During one of the roundtables, a question was posed to the last senior presenter about how humans approach challenge. Here is the question. What are our choices if we are standing at the base of a mountain and must travel to the other side? We can choose the longer route by climbing up and over the mountain, or a more circuitous route and journey around the mountain, or with focus, will, and grit, we can travel through the mountain, creating a new pathway, tackling the unknown, and emerging on the other side with strength and confidence. And here's the thing. There will always be people on the other side of the mountain ready to greet and support you and welcome you on your journey. Over your Greenwood year, we have encouraged you to reach out, find your voice, ask for help. Someone will always be there to listen, process, and encourage you to take the next step. The only obstacle you need to achieve is finding your voice and asking for support. Join me now as we set the stage for today's award ceremony, which will begin with our book awards. Listen carefully. See if you can match the stories shared to the student receiving the award, and enjoy the closeness forged between the faculty member and your child. Will Jocelyn Aruda join me on stage to begin the 2023-24 Book Awards? There's plenty of water if you'd like it.
Just give me a second. Thanks, guys. All right. My first book award is for a guy who's always got a smile on his face and a can of Arizona iced tea in his hand. He brings positivity to everything he does, whether it's conning me into opening the game room, or showing off some new sneakers, or tossing around a lacrosse ball. Playing Listamol every Wednesday has become a staple of my week, and I will never look at a pair of sneakers the same way now that I know how much they probably cost. Eric, it's an honor to give you your book award this year. Come on up. My second book award this year is for a guy who jumps in to help without having to be asked. He's handy with a screwdriver, and he always tells me I better keep an eye on my Honda because it's really easy to steal them and sell them for parts. Just yesterday, he spent hours helping me clean up after our field day festivities. I definitely couldn't have done it without him, and thankfully there's no evidence left of the mini donuts we drove in the field just over that way. Don't go looking. Lex, I really appreciate all of your help and all of the hard work you've put in throughout the year. Thanks for spending the time and patience to talk with me, even after we both stopped making sense.
Who's our next one up? Oh, I'll have to check this. Let's figure out who the next person. Faculty, who's after Aruda?
All right. Hello, everyone. Nice. That was good. All right. This next book award is for a student who never fails to crack me up. Nolan Maynard. Where's Nolan? There's Nolan. Nolan, you have successfully completed your first year here, and you should be incredibly proud. You've grown so much this year. You've been an absolute sponge for knowledge, and you've taught me more quotes from The Flash than I ever thought possible. For Woof, I hope you have a great summer, and yes, you may now have your phone. Congratulations. I'd like to invite Hallie to help me with this next one. We don't typically do 2 adults per book award, but this student's worth breaking some rules for. Sure. This book award is for a student who was absolutely determined to make all of my days start off right, with a smile. Moses. I've had the privilege of watching Moses blossom over the years in so many facets. He's a young man of many talents in mastering the crafts of photography, choreography, or musicography, if that's a word. I have no doubts that your talents will continue to grow and that your kindness and your emotional maturity will carry you anywhere that you wish to go. Have a great summer and keep on smiling.
So the other day, we had, stay, where you going? Where you going? Come back here. Okay, so the other day we had a chance to explore a poem written by a middle school person, and I would like to read this. When we discussed it and we read it, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird. Remember that? Yeah. That cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. I'm so glad I had a chance to go over this poem with you the other day, and that we had a chance to talk about holding on to dreams. And during a couple of our classes, we also spoke about the importance of the creative mind and imagination, 2 things that will feed and fuel your life. And one day, I decided to introduce poetry to you, and I saw how much you loved how the words flowed. And I'm presenting this book about poetry, written for young folks by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou. Carrie, thanks, Rosie. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Go ahead, sweetheart.
You're not through with me yet. I have one more. Sorry. So this one, the student actually isn't here right now, so I'm just going to look directly into the camera, if you don't mind. This book award is for a student that I've grown very fond of over the last 2 years. Your depth of knowledge in hockey, battleships, and the Rookie is unmatched. You've grown tremendously here, physically and in your maturity. You have a unique ability to connect with absolutely anyone and a genuine desire to learn more about others and share even more about yourself. You are leaving Greenwood this year, and while it's hard to say goodbye, it makes it easier knowing that you'll do great things. Have a great summer, good luck next year, and don't be afraid to reach out. Josh Cohen.
You can see me. I have a few students here. This first student, and my speeches are too long, so I'm going to try and make them really short, really quick. So he embodies dedication, talent, and a deep love for animals. There are days when I don't see this student because he's hanging out under the table with my 2 Dachshunds. He has a genuine care and empathy for all creatures, great and small, and it reflects his compassionate nature. But that's not all. This student is also a natural athlete, excelling in a variety of sports, whether it's hockey, lacrosse, baseball, or skiing. He brings an extraordinary level of skill and commitment to every game. He's an avid skier, and impressively, he learned to snowboard in 2 runs this winter, which is a testament to his remarkable athleticism and quick learning ability. He shows up every day in my class, every day, and he works hard in a subject that I'm asking him to do the hardest thing he's ever done, and I'm impressed by how much he has grown, and that is Jordan. Now, these next 2 are probably going to be a little long. I'm sorry for that, but I've had this student for a couple of years and a couple of summers now, and he is an outstanding student who has demonstrated an incredible perseverance and positivity and a trust in the process. I've had the privilege of working with him for these 2 years, and during that time, I've witnessed his unwavering dedication to his studies and his remarkable resilience in the face of challenges. No matter the obstacles he faced, he's always maintained a positive attitude and a strong belief in the journey of learning. His resilience and determination have been truly inspiring to witness. As a result, his hard work and commitment, this student's scores have steadily increased, reflecting his significant academic growth and achievement. His journey is a powerful reminder of the rewards that come from staying positive and trusting the process. Please join me in congratulating Quinn as he comes up to accept his book. And this book award celebrates the beginning of an incredible journey for this student. He has shown remarkable academic improvement, and every ounce of his success that he's achieved is a testament to his unwavering dedication and hard work. His commitment to reading is evident in every step he's taken this year, from buying books to frequenting the library. He's left no stone unturned in his pursuit of knowledge, and let's not forget, he returned those library books on time, impressing not only his teachers, or me, but his mom as well. And his achievements extend far beyond the classroom. This year he passed the written test for his driving license with flying colors and secured a spot in a criminal justice internship program. His determination knows no bounds. I have to mention here, there are 2 of the most influential people of this student's success here at Greenwood, and that's Stephanie Swindell, who had him for a few years, and also Amanda, who has moved mountains for him. I'm just part of the Greenwood team, enjoying who you are becoming as a person, and I'm happy and excited for your future. We all are. Keep up the incredible work, Garrett, because the sky's the limit for you.
Courage, kindness, friendship, character, these are the qualities that define us as human beings and propel us on occasion to greatness. These words from the book Wonder remind me, Bella, of your strength and character. Come on up, Bella, wherever you are. Just take them off. Bella, your resilience shines brightly. Being the only girl at an all-boys school can be challenging, but you have faced it with incredible strength, creativity, and a lot of humor. You're always willing to help out, and your courage and authenticity shine through in everything you do. So in addition to the book Wonder, I'm also presenting you with the Scorpio Races. Have you heard of that? No? Bella loves horses, and this is a book that captures the essence of bravery, adventure, and resilience, qualities that reflect your spirit. So I hope you'll enjoy the suspenseful story and then the other great story. So congratulations.
So if you've been around Greenwood for a while, you may have heard that every May there is a bit of a scuffle among the staff here. We have so much to say about our students that things get a little bloodthirsty as we're figuring out who's going to give which book award. The negotiations are intense. Normally mild-mannered people like Alana get scary. I love it, even though apparently I have a reputation for putting my name down next to too many kids. Jeff, I heard what you said about me in the meeting when I wasn't there, so we'll talk. But when the dust cleared and all of the negotiations were complete, I said, oh good, people need to hear about this kid. So, Jean, could you come up, please? So, Jean Edmond is the kid who has the courage and the conviction to stand up for what's right, even if it means bucking the crowd, even if it means risking rejection from his peers. He has a moral compass. One of my favorite moments with him was when in SEL class there was a talkative student who was very subtly under the radar, provoking and hassling a quieter student. And I called him on it, and he gave me that innocent face and said, I'm not doing anything. And Jean turned to him and said, face it, dude, you were being kind of a dick. That's what we call EQ, emotional intelligence, teenage style. And I just want to say bravo, Jean. Okay, and could I have Ben Eamon please come up? Hi, Ben. So Ben came to us this fall as the youngest student on campus, and he had a very steep learning curve. Lots of mistakes. He got upset with people, people got upset with him. One amazing thing about Ben, though, he is an incredible learner. He stayed brave, he hung in there, he learned, he matured. As it turns out, we have 2 Bens this year, so of course they both needed nicknames. And in the fall, there were a few people who started to call Ben Baby Ben. I don't know if it's because he was young or because maybe, he still had some maturing to do. So we weren't quite sure how to feel about this nickname. But let me tell you something. Nowadays, when people talk about Baby Ben, they say those words protectively and affectionately and with real respect for Ben's growth this year. He's our Baby Ben, and he's not a baby anymore. He's a Greenwood boy.
This book award is for a student who's been at Greenwood for 5 years, and in that time, I've primarily spent time with him hiking big peaks in the White Mountains, skiing in Utah, or mountain biking at Highland Bike Park. But this year, for the first time, I got to hang out with him in a much cooler spot, the science classroom. Liam, it was a pleasure getting to know you. I appreciate your calm and thoughtful presence, your dedication to hard work, and your great sense of humor, your kind-hearted and unassuming leadership style. I hope you have a great summer.
Hiya, folks. So, teachers at Greenwood are thrown curveballs daily. It's kind of what defines the job in many ways. Sometimes, as the music teacher, that unexpected curveball is a student surprising me with a new insatiable musical interest. This year, one student most personified that shift in finding a new passion, and in turn, I think he found his people. He always has his guitar in hand in the dorm. He's always listening to music. He's constantly asking me about guitar and metal-related details. He's building a library of CDs that reminds me of myself in the late 80s and 90s. There's really only one unfortunate problem with all of this, and I'd like to personally apologize to his parents, because he seems to have developed a terrible case of gas. That's guitar acquisition syndrome, not what you thought. For those of you who are unaware, yeah, that's what that is. I'm sure he'll need a dedicated room for them someday. Cam, congratulations on a great year and welcome to the club.
Okay, even though I get a little, feisty when I have to fight for you guys, I always forget that it ends in me getting up on stage, which I hate. So, my book award is for a student who's kind, who always asks how my day is, who I fortunately get to eat lunch with often, and who loves horror movies. Gavin. So I've known Gavin for, 3.5 years now, I think? And I realized as I was writing this, it's probably the year I spent the least amount of time with you, but that's because you're so independent and you're going to be a senior next year, which I kind of can't believe. And I got you 2 books. The first is 50 Movies Made, Lessons Learned on a Filmmaker's Journey by Jared Cohen. And I thought you might learn something from a famous director to help you on your own life journey. And I also got you a horror novel about a girl who uses her love and deep knowledge of horror movies to predict events happening in her own life. And I'm curious to see if you can predict them as fast as she does. Have a great summer.
Hello, everybody. So I've pondered whether I want to say his name right away or later, but I feel like I should roast him on the stage. So I'm going to have Ethan come on up. So Ethan and I have spent a lot of time together. He was in my biology class, and in evenings we sit by the fire. We spent a lot of time outdoors. Ethan was always very impressive in his fire making skills out in our outdoor classroom, and always was very attentive in biology. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you a quick story, quick anecdote. So I live around back campus here in a little tiny house with my family. And one day when I was riding home in the car, I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden I see these big, huge branches falling from a tree. And I was like, oh, that's peculiar. It's not really windy outside, but I'm going to slow my car down. I don't want to get these branches hit my car. I drive and park, and I look over to the tree, and I'm like, wait a second. And oh my God, there is a student, probably about 80 feet up in the air in the tree. And so I had to pause for a second, because you hear, I come from Wisconsin, and you see, I climbed a lot of trees in my growing up, and I think my grandmother was actually born in a tree. So I love the idea of climbing trees, but I can't have that on my watch. So I go over there, and of course I call him down, and he comes down very nicely. He says, oh yeah. And he walks around, probably finds another tree. But I always appreciate about that, about him climbing trees and just being amongst nature and being connected, right? That's what we talk a lot about in our outdoor classroom. Being connected with the world, being connected with nature. And Ethan, my pal here, has always been attentive to that, and I really respect that. So I got you a book all about climbing trees. There's my slip of paper here, glued on there. But it's a book I think you'll enjoy. It's about kind of an explorer in that realm, and he's climbed trees all around the world. And I've grabbed that here. James Aldred, The Man Who Climbs Trees. I think you'll really enjoy it. But that's not all. That's not all. I'm also going to give you some rope, just in case you continue your climbing adventures. So congratulations. Have a great summer.
This next kid is someone I had the fortune to spend every Tuesday afternoon with for the past semester, 2 semesters, adventuring through a fantasy land, a dwarf barbarian who fights valiantly and always helps his friends. He came into my class one day with a backpack so heavy he was practically falling over. And he plopped it on his desk, opened it up, and showed me, frankly, too many Dungeons & Dragons books, all of which had been gone through so many times that they were practically disintegrated. And so Dylan Wilcox, I've got you a replacement of one of those books. This next student is one that hasn't been with us very long, but I've been fortunate enough to spend a lot of time with him over these last few semesters. Whether we are sitting by the fire, swinging a stick with an ember around and taking pictures of it, spelunking through the closets of Greenwood, finding whatever tech we can, or talking about actual rocket science, this kid has incredible breadth of knowledge and emotional intelligence. I'd like to welcome Auden up on the stage. Who'd you think it was? Who'd you think it was? This is a book called Who Hunts the Whale? It's about the video game industry and how absolutely messed up it is. I think you'll love it.
I have 2 book awards, and the first one is for our newest member of Greenwood. His name is Charlie, and I am giving... Come on, Charlie. I'm not going to give you the book yet, but thanks for coming up. In the short time Charlie's been here, his teachers have made comments like beginning to take more responsibility for his learning, starting to come into his own, getting better at putting words on paper. In some of our conversations, Charlie talked about going fishing in Florida and staying in New Jersey with his grandparents. When you ask him what his favorite thing is, he will say downhill skiing. Charlie, this book is all things having to do with downhill skiing and some of the best ski areas in New England. We're looking forward to seeing you in the fall. My second book award is to another one of our newest members of the community who is, in this short time, Henry Taylor has acclimated to boarding school life, which I don't think that's been easy for Henry. He was a little unsteady at first. When he first came here, he had some ups and downs. Generally speaking, he is sort of a quiet person and keeps to himself. However, I did notice him going up to one of the music cabins recently with 2 other middle school students. When he came back, I asked him what they were doing. He said proudly, "We're composing some rap songs." So I got a book about rap, and my wise wife said, please read the reviews before you pick the book to make sure it's appropriate, and it is. So Henry, I'm presenting to you with this book on history of rap.
Howdy. All right. So for this book award, I wanted to take a moment to thank a student whose middle name should be Resilience. Rory, would you please join me on stage? Rory, your determination and thoughtfulness inspire me every time I get the pleasure of talking with you. Your ability to bring folks under your wing is unmatched. Here's hoping for another speedy recovery. I have no doubt you'll be back on the trails in no time. All right, I got one more. I'd like to take this time to express my pride in this student's adaptability every day here at Greenwood. Daniel, would you please join me on stage? Daniel, I have seen you completely come into your own here at your first year at Greenwood. Your creativity is unmatched, and your sense of humor is a highlight of my day. I'm so proud of the work you've done in SEL this year. Never stop being who you are. Thanks.
I learned a lot from Lucian this year. He is fearless. I cleared a space in my office and called it Lucian's Lab. He fixed all the broken computers, and we are lucky to have him. I got this book when I was his age. That was before computers. I hope it helps him like it helped me. The way things work.
this may be the shortest speech here, but I've been so impressed with the student. I left my book back there, oh dear. I've been so impressed with the work of the student I'm going to give a book to this year. I know. Thank you, Aria. And it's been a huge pleasure to get scared out of our wits in our our language and literacy classes with Marcus, and at the same time, hello. And at the same time to study story form from one of the great all-time authors. Marcus, you reintroduced me to Stephen King. I'd forgotten all about him, and he's wonderful. And here are a few books to prolong your pleasure over the summer. Thanks. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So as you may know, if you know me, that I teach just about all the history courses at Greenwood. And my mentor said to me one day when I was in my grad school stuff, he said, you know, to kids this age, to high school kids, boys especially, history is what happened yesterday at lunch. And that was really disheartening. But at the same time, it really presented a challenge. So here I am working my way through the mountain, as Sway said today. This book I chose for Ben Starkman. Ben, if you want to come on up. This book I chose for Ben is in line with the advice he gave me. He said, here's what you do. He said, you've got to choose materials that focus on boys their age. You know, use stuff that talks about the boys experiencing things at about the same age. And then they can relate to that. They can say, oh, I can put myself in that place and I can be that person in their minds. And all of a sudden, history's maybe more alive, right? At least that's the idea. So the book I chose for Ben is a story about a young man about Ben's age who finds himself kind of in a new environment, uprooted, and then he has to make some quick decisions. In this case, it's about being an environmentalist and going out there and catching the guys who are poisoning the environment. But the book has won a couple of awards for reading for guys Ben's age, and I saw the movie. They made a movie about it as well, so I'm hoping he enjoys this. You deserve it, Ben. Thank you.
This is terrifying. My first book is going to go to a student who has had a remarkable transformation this year. The growth he has shown, both academically and socially, has been nothing short of inspiring. I enjoyed the person he came to me as at the beginning of the year, but I am immensely proud of the person he has become. Thank you for brightening each one of my days with your jokes and all of your random Formula One facts. Eli, I am thrilled to celebrate your achievements. I'm thrilled to celebrate your achievements and look forward to seeing all the incredible things you accomplish in the future. I hope you enjoy this. My next award is for a student who has consistently demonstrated an exceptional eagerness to learn. His determination to tackle every challenging assignment head-on, his active participation in class discussions, and his ability to showcase his full potential has truly inspired me. Beyond his academic achievements, his thoughtfulness and attention to details has made a significant impact. I am grateful for all the times he has run to the parlor to steal cold water and snacks for me. He's also the first one to make sure that my classroom is in the best shape from a maintenance standpoint. Zach. Your growth, both academically and personally, has been remarkable to watch. Good job, Zach.
This student has an advanced knowledge of history. If you would walk into his room, you would see posters from World War I. There'd be tanks on the desk. He's probably wearing combat boots right about now. During our advising sessions, sometimes we would talk about World War II, World War I. Just recently, we were talking about Filipino knife fighting. It's been a lot of interesting conversations over this year. So it is my honor to award this book to Owen Leatherman. My next student is perhaps the oldest young man I've ever met in my life. He's always welcoming. He always says he's a good guy, and he ends up being a good guy. He makes sure to go out of his way to see how people are doing. He always asks you, what's going on, how you doing. Sometimes you'll catch him in the common room watching some film from the 1940s or 1950s, some detective noir film. We would have conversations when I was doing an independent study with him on history about Rome. And I know a lot of you are thinking, what is in this wrapping right here? It is actually pretty heavy. I wasn't putting on. All right. But it is my honor to give these books to Andrew Beatrice.
Nice, thank you. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Just for your guys' information, in case you don't get to see it, that big book right there is a book of law from Scottish Parliament from 1562 to 1580, written in Latin.
So I have 2 book awards. The first, I'd like to bring Jack Cox up. Come on up, bud. This is my first year working here full-time, and our kind of orientation weekend, Jet sat down with me. I was playing guitar, and he sang American Pie, and immediately, I felt this guy. In the art room, he has excelled as a creative sculptor. He comes up with his own concepts, and then he sees them through to They're very bizarre but very cool designs. So for you, I got a beginner's guide to sculpture. Blaze Sklers, you want to come on? So this book wasn't something that I initially was going to buy you. I was going to just get you a whole bunch of hot glue and hand it off to you. But that, yes, it transmorgified about 6 weeks ago when you started making your own inks out of plant material, and you just kind of fell into a piece of artwork that I think is going to be very definitive for you in the future. So this book here is Botanical Dyes, Plant and Print Techniques and Tips, and thank you very much for being here.
Thanks, Ethan. Okay, so this book award is for a student who seems to be endlessly creative. As you guys look around campus, you might see these jumps and features made out of wood that start out small here, but the nooks and crannies of campus that you might explore, they just get bigger and bigger and scarier, culminating in something that has taken a few souls called Diesel Pig. It's pretty exciting out there. Avery, this one's for you, buddy. Hopefully this keeps you busy a little bit.
This is for, I'm fairly new, and so is this student. He started mid-year and has been always a great addition to our class. He always wants to learn, enjoys talking about what he knows about different topics. I've had great conversations with this kid, Nolan. If you can come up, please, Urban. Nolan. So this is a book on the Revolutionary War told from a 16-year-old's perspective. Enjoy. Have a great summer.
All right, I got the honor of wrapping this book award section up with 2 more students before the other hardware is given out. So, and I'll ask if you hold your applause until I call the student up. I know you're excited to clap, but just wait. Jack Turner, or JT, good job, or JT as we call him here. Thank you for providing me with NBA updates every morning and infusing humor into pretty much all our interactions. Your parents tell me that you're a different kid now that you're here at Greenwood. I commend you on this courage. It takes courage to uncover a new side of yourself. You are doing awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing what else you discover about yourself in the future. Congrats on a successful first year.
Yeah.
Good job on holding the applause. Last one. It's been 2 years getting to know you, Julian. And what a transformation so far. Come on up, come on up. All right, it's been 2 years. What a transformation, buddy. In both the classroom and the SEL coaching setting, I've witnessed several aha moments. I'm impressed on how you make parallels from playing basketball to your social and emotional life. Your passion for building friendships and playing basketball is inspiring, and it will serve you very well. I hope to see you next year, but in the meantime, keep working on the left-hand layup.
We're not going to hold the applause. We are going to give all of our boys a grand applause again. Congratulations. At this time in the program, we will introduce and present our major awards for our students in grades 6 through 11. Please welcome Aria Carter to the stage to begin the presentation.
Okay. Should I call the person up or not yet? Not yet. Okay. True leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. It's a quote from Tom Peters. I'm honored to present the Admissions Ambassador Award, which celebrates not the quantity of tours given, but the quality of spirit and dedication shown. This award goes to someone who truly embodies the essence of a Greenwood ambassador. Someone who makes every visitor feel included and welcomed from the moment they step on campus. This year, that person is Eric, affectionately known to many as Air Bear. Come on up, Air Bear. So when families meet you, they don't just see a tour guide. I have to give you my So when families meet you, they don't just see a tour guide, they experience the heart of Greenwood. Your genuine warmth and friendliness make everyone feel instantly at home. You have a remarkable ability to connect with people. Your self-reflection and sharing of your own journey is particularly powerful. You're happy to talk about why you chose Greenwood, what school life was like for you before coming here, and why you care so deeply about our school. Your story is one of transformation and growth, and you share it with a smile, and families just love you. So Eric, your dedication to Greenwood goes beyond your personal story, and your leadership also inspires other students to join you in welcoming new families. Oftentimes when Eric's my tour guide, he shows up with 3 or 4 other students, and it's really fun. It's clear you're passionate about our community and its values, and this shines through in every interaction you have. You exemplify the empathy, kindness, and commitment that define what it means to be a Greenwood ambassador. So congratulations. You have earned every bit of that. Thank you. Okay.
It is my honor as the school's athletic director to give the Sportsmanship Award this year. I relied on my colleagues, sent out some notes and said, who are we thinking about for sportsmanship? And there was a lot of great names. We actually couldn't decide in the end. We ended up with 2. So if Rory and Parker could please come on up. Oh, really? Oh, right. So what do I do? Yeah, okay. So Parker will actually receive his award tomorrow. Sorry, because you're a senior, Parker. But come on up. Yep. It's one of those few times when being a senior isn't as good. Sorry. Rory, the comments from my fellow teachers and coaches, they said super supportive, present at all races we went to, and when not able to ride, he will actually go on foot to the part of the action and cheer on his homies, is what the person said. But really, I've seen this. I've driven some races, driven to some races with these guys, and Rory is that guy. He's very committed to his teammates. He puts them ahead of himself, and it's really inspiring to see. Another person said, I really don't see the competitive sports as much, but Rory is always really kind to the beginner people in our group. And this person was talking about skiing. always looking out for the beginners, checking in on them, see how they're doing. And, you know, Rory's a pretty subtle guy. I teach Rory, and he doesn't always want the limelight, but trust me, I've witnessed this myself. I was telling his parents earlier this morning, I was on the Utah trip, and that was a great honor to be on that trip with them. And I'm riding up on the ski lift, and I look over to my right. There's some motion over here on my right, and I see a bunch of guys going by below me, and it's led by Rory, and he's already been to Utah. So he was showing them where to go, and they were so lost. They were literally doing exactly what he was doing. Like every turn, they copied it precisely. Right? Like if he went that way, they went that way. And he was completely leading the group on the first day, and I thought that was worthy of an award. So good job, Rory.
Parker, don't worry. We'll recognize you. We got you tomorrow. Hallie.
All right, before I present the Garrett Sprunger Award, I want to briefly mention something about our summer reading program. But before I do, there's this wonderful quote that I found. Love quotes. Language. This is about language as it permeates us all, the past as well as the present, and it is the grandest triumph of the human intellect. That was from Walt Whitman. So everyone by now should have received information about the summer reading program, and if you did not, please see your advisor. I can't begin to stress the importance of reading each day over the summer to maintain the growth that was accomplished this year. As the fall term comes around and a new academic year is upon us, having continued with that connection to text can only help with the beginning of the year. All right, about the Garrett Sprunger Award. So today, it'll be presented to those students who read or listened to the most book. These students were also judged by the overall number of pages read or listened to during the year. Many read over 2,000 pages. This year's recipients are Daniel Jenny. Would you come up, please? Nolan Urban, please come up. Owen Mallow and Garrett Haskell. Garrett, please come up. Okay, so this is Daniel. And one moment. And this is Nolan and Garrett. Thank you. A round of applause, please. Thank you.
Ezra.
So the award for fine art, being here for 1 year, I had to kind of dig deep with some other teachers and ask them some of their opinions. And one name kind of came up a bunch of times, and my experience with this student was very similar. I watched them join a digital art class that I taught last year, and continuously, all the way through the year, just grow and become more of an artist on their own and define their own talent, their own style, and seemed very happy all the time making art. Once we reached this year, they took digital art and they made it on paper for the first time in my experience, and that was definitive for me. This is a student who every work of art that they make, they try to grow, and produced a huge body of work over the year. So I'm giving this award to Cam Sharp. I'll be hiring you to make my album cover someday.
Thank you.
Moses, come on up here. Moses continues to be the student who fully utilizes Greenwood's music resources. This year, he started the daunting challenge of playing bass while singing. That's a big deal. He's continually improving his understanding of theory and his playing technique. His interest in sound engineering runs deep, inspiring questions I'm used to receiving from adult students. Moses overcame and helped with major lineup shifts in the rock band over the year. Collaboratively, he's been a significant motivator in working with several other students in songwriting and making music videos. On top of all this, he continues to write more music than grown musicians I know 2, 3, and likely 4 times his age. For all of these reasons, he has undoubtedly earned the Creative Award in Music this year. Congratulations, buddy.
Arundel.
Hello again, everybody. So I'll preview with you that I actually have a few awards to get out today. I'm fortunate enough to be on point for that. So I'm going to walk through a couple different awards, starting with the Science and Technology Award. This is presented to the student who shows, or a student who shows curiosity and aptitude in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and/or math. The award is especially geared towards a student who tackles independent projects in the field. Now, this year, actually, this award will be awarded to 2 students. The first STEAM award is going to Daniel Jenny. Daniel, come on. Hi, Daniel. Daniel, you have always come to class on time with a positive attitude, ready to engage. You have persevered through some project challenges this year in class. You have developed an understanding of programming and design, engineering, circuitry, and soldering. All of this has required grit, self-discipline, self-awareness, communication, and a lot of patience. I wish you all the best this summer and look forward to what you will pursue in STEAM next year. The next award for science and technology is going to Lucian Smith. Lucian, come on. Lucian, here are some qualities that some have reported about you this year. He has a great knowledge of computers. He is a quick learner. Lucian showed a new level of commitment towards his learning this year. He is self-aware of his learning strategies and not afraid of trying new things and asking questions. Lucian is skilled with multiple diagnostic tools. He finds creative and new ways to solve problems, and he has a positive, patient attitude through it all, and a strong ability to visualize and innovate. Lucian, this award is fitting for you this year. Congratulations. Now, moving slightly out of STEAM, actually, hold on a second. I have actually 2 more awards here. Next one is going to be for middle school recognition. This award is going to go to Moses this year. Come on up, Moses. Now, this was a tricky one to decide upon. As you can imagine, all the middle schoolers in this year are great and they all have wonderful qualities, but after much debate and discussion, we came to Moses across the board. So let me read this to you, Moses. The Middle School Recognition Award is presented to a student who has shown growth during their pivotal years of education. This award serves as a platform to honor students for their academic achievements, extracurricular involvement, leadership qualities, and overall positive contributions to the school community. This year is going to Moses Camille. Moses, some commitments that have been shared about you this year. Moses has worked hard this year to become a stronger and more self-aware person. He asks for breaks when feeling anxious, articulates his needs very clearly, and circles back with people whom he has conflicts with. He has pushed his comfort zone and has reached new ground socially amongst his peers. He has strengthened his ability to set and achieve goals in his classes, and Moses has shown a heightened level of empathy towards others and himself in and out of the classroom. Moses, you have shown a great level of leadership potential, and I wish you all the best this summer. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now I'm going to improvise here for 1 second here because in the creatives team, we had a really big struggle to identify a STEAM recipient. So we ended up with 2, but I have to push back a little bit and improvise a little bit because there is one more person that actually still deserves an award, yet it's hard to define in which category he deserves the award because he has excelled in many of the creatives courses and classes and program here at Greenwood School. So in the STEAM mindset, I'd like to ask Avery Hansen to come on up, please. This once-in-a-lifetime award is going to be offered to Mr. Hansen here. It is the master of trail building, bike jump sender, popsicle eater, tinkerer, designer, mathematician, builder, innovator, and, of course, adrenaline junkie. This is awarded to Avery Hansen. Congratulations.
Jesse.
What a pivot. So, I was actually going to go rogue here for a minute, if that's all right with you. So, in the creative process, right, you're in the middle of a project, and suddenly something doesn't go the way that you want it to go. And you have to make a decision in that minute. Which direction do you go? Well, I'm going to do that now. So, I'm actually going to recognize 2 people for this award, even though it is inscribed to a single person, which is kind of cool. I had a lot of difficulty in choosing the 2 people. I had 2 people for Woodshop Award, and they were both in my class all the time, spending so much energy on the projects that they made. And it just didn't feel, it was too hard for me to pick one person, right? It just didn't seem fair. And what's really cool is that these 2 people spent so much time creating in that space together that they kind of like made this new relationship where I don't think that they're going to have any problem figuring out how to share this award. This award is for Bella and Avery. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, no, it's great.
I believe I have the final award for today. There's nothing on these papers, I just unfolded them, so. I would like to invite Eric Olson up. This is the Bruce Stevenson Leadership Award. This award goes to the individual, in this case, Eric, who's excelled academically, socially, emotionally, spiritually. All aspects of Greenwood is embodied in Eric. When I was taking a trip up to the White Mountains with the seniors, they talked about Eric, said he was a good guy. He's a great guy. And what surprised me is that Eric's a middle schooler. He's in the cottage. But they knew who Eric was. They knew the things he did for other people, whether it was his fellow middle schoolers or high schoolers even. When you see Eric around, he's always smiling, talking to everyone. He seems to be everyone's friend. When you go out on trips with him, he's always making sure that other people are getting taken care of before he takes care of himself. In his academics, he's excelled in math so much that we had to bump him up to high school math. In his reading classes, he's excelling so much that we're going to have to figure out something next year for him. But Eric is the individual who not only received an ambassador award today, but even when he is not selected to be an ambassador, he's always has the Greenwood mindset going forward when he's talking to adults or students who are on tour. When you see him later today, I'm sure he will be smiling all the time, hanging out with his friends and having a good time. I look forward to seeing what Eric accomplishes next year as he moves into high school, spending the next 4 years with us, growing, maturing. And I look forward to see what he accomplishes at the end of his time here at Greenwood. Congratulations, Eric.
All right, congratulations to all our award recipients, and a reminder, and also for everyone, that all of us bring something to every day at Greenwood. If you're an award recipient today, congratulations, but all of you are award recipients in your own way throughout the course of this year. So before closing our afternoon ceremony, we need to announce the green and gold competition winner. As of yesterday morning, yesterday was our Duncan Day. That was the final day for the teams to gain points. As of yesterday morning, the gold team was holding steady with a strong lead at 3,469 points versus the green team, this is yesterday, with 2,016 points. Duncan Day totals: gold 1,740, green 1,480. The final totals and the team, I'm going down for a second, and the team that will receive the gold, obviously, the gold flag is the gold team with a number 5,209 points. Carly and all her streamers yesterday, who is a representative of the gold team, can come forward and get the flag. Gold team representative, where are you? Come on, Carly, come on up too. You brought all those streamers and sound makers. Congratulations. This flag will be hung in the dining room for the gold team. Okay, big round of applause. There we go. Keep it up, you guys. Take it down. Keep it all down. All right, green team, I know you'll bring it back next year. Following this event, we're almost at the close. Following this event, remember that you are invited to the Green Mountain Orchard just a few miles up the road for a really lovely reception. This reception is a tradition of our graduating weekend. It will be one of the final opportunities to engage with other parents and share stories about your family's Greenwood experience. Jocelyn Aruda, Ezra Vetch, Beatrice Dion, Aaron Chesley, Aaron Dahl, Ann Bebko, and Jesse Wampler have worked with our talented students for a better part of the spring term to prepare beautifully handcrafted items for this silent auction. This will also be the opportunity to view our final video of the year titled Our Graduates, which highlights the journey of each of our seniors. Directions to the orchard are in your packet, parents. It's an easy 3 or 4 mile jaunt up the road. Thank you, parents, for your unwavering support and belief in Greenwood. You have been partners with us every step of the way, and we have learned and will continue to learn so much from your child. Greenwood is grateful for your unwavering belief in our school. Thank you, faculty and staff, for your willingness to celebrate our students. You join your colleagues daily with a shared vision to bring change into students' lives. We may all blow away. We need you. We need your dedication, and we need your ability to lean in towards our students. And to the students, you guys hang with me for 1 second. To the students, you are the reason that we are all here today. Thank you for being your best selves, for circling up each morning, for stepping toward the challenge, and opening your hearts and minds as creative, dynamic, and curious learners. You keep us focused on how we can do our best to support your journey. You remind us to be humble and vulnerable. And no matter our age or experience, we should always be open to learning from you, our students. Finally, we will acknowledge tomorrow our middle school and high school graduates as we present the middle school certificates and our high school diplomas. Please plan on returning to this very spot tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., a little bit before, to get your seats, to congratulate their efforts and success. Let's give a round of applause for all students. All right, thanks very much. 4 p.m. at the Orchard. Well done.